Network Entertainment.
Hello to everyone all over the world. Magkakasama na naman tayo sa isang gabing puno ng kwentuhan, tawanan, and mapusong usapan. Ito pa rin ang Ganito Kasi Yan, powered by the Pod Network. At kasama niyo pa rin ang inyong wandering go-getter ng Quezon City. It's your boy, Jacob. And for this episode of Embracing Life Seasons, we're talking with the Queen with a journey. With a journey to talk about and a journey to share with us. Let us all welcome Binibining Pilipinas International 2024 and Miss International 4th runner-up, Binibining Myrna Esguerra.
Hi, Jacob.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you so much for inviting me on your podcast. Sobrang grateful ko to be here. And also, I'm very excited and looking forward for this conversation with you. So, I saw a lot of your videos already. So, really pleased to meet you.
And I'm excited to talk to you about your journey and talk about the different seasons that you went through. Pero before we delve into that, siguro I just wanted to talk to you like kamusta? Kasi syempre ngayon,
Yeah.
ngayon in the Senate, gusto nilang may kamustahan. Gusto din kitang kamustahin. Na parang especially 5 months after coming in Miss International
Oo
sa
nga,
Japan.
no?
Parang
It was 5
ang
months already.
bilis. Oo.
Grabe. Well, it was just last week.
Oo. Kamusta ka naman ngayon and what keeps you busy?
Well, a lot of things has already happened in my life after Miss International. I get to focus more on myself. And andito ako sa phase ng buhay ko ngayon where I'm figuring what's the next steps are for me. And also, I'm trying to get to know myself ulit. Back to zero. Because now I'm not Myrna from Abra. I'm not Myrna Binibining Pilipinas 2024. I am almost not Miss International 4th runner-up. So I'm exploring who I am now as a woman beyond the crown. So right now, life is very gentle with me, I must say. I have a lot of support, not only from my family and friends, but also friends from the industry. So I recently just signed with my manager, Harley Tan. And also, sobrang blessed ko kasi nagpo-flow lang yung life sa akin ngayon. And everything that I have been praying for before, talagang ngayon sila nangyayari sa buhay ko. So I think I'm very happy and fulfilled with my life now. But I want to get to know me more again.
And I feel like that's a very prevalent conversation sa mga queens. Like, figuring out your identity after the crown.
Exactly.
Kasi parang, especially for you na ilang gano'ng katagal din yung waiting time mo. Almost a year and a half.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Oo.
17 months
Parang
to be exact.
you're kind of on that mindset lang na you're competing for Miss International,
Oo.
you're Binibining Pilipinas. Parang you're there in that Pero after parang ang hirap na actually I saw this conversation or parang this topic kay Kat na parang after Miss Universe, parang ang hirap din na parang
It's really hard kasi ako, all my life, I've been a beauty queen, no? So parang the transition of becoming not a beauty queen after everything, after I got the crown, it's really hard na kilalanin mo ulit yung sarili mo on who you want to be now after you got what your dream, di ba? So, ang dami nagtatanong sa akin, like, what's next for Myrna? And honestly, I don't know how to answer that question. Kasi after I won Binibini, I also graduated from college. So I don't have the opportunity to really think and ask myself what I want to do after I graduate. Kasi my responsibility was to represent the Philippines.
yeah.
So ngayon pa lang talaga siya nag-struck sa akin na what do I want to be now? And it's true what you said and what Catriona said na it's hard to transition from being someone you know how to be all your life to someone you're back to zero, like no knowledge of and no experience of. So, good luck to us.
Pero I'm wondering, kasi lalo na you've mentioned na this has been your dream.
Mhm.
Na parang na-reach mo na yung like rurok eh. Kasi for others, parang okay, nakapag-national sila. May international pa na pwedeng
Yes.
puntahan.
Oo.
But ikaw, nagawa mo ng international at hindi lang mag-compete internationally. You placed also
Yeah.
internationally. So parang ang hirap din ng question na, okay, na-achieve ko na tong dream na to. What's
What's
next?
next?
So parang ikaw, how do you navigate that kind of dilemma or parang that kind of environment wherein hindi ka sure anong next path for you?
You know, I'm trying to figure that out now. And the answer that came to mind is to always go back to yourself. Go back to who you are before all this. And mahirap kasi talaga na after being a beauty queen to segregate yourself from being a beauty queen into who you really are and before all this. So, I think doing that na ako mismo, masasagot ko yung question na yun by myself is to go back who Mirna is before all this. And the answer is so simple because before all this, sobrang simple ko lang na babae. I'm just really believer before. I'm a hopeful dreamer and always very optimistic about everything. And the opportunities to me it just keeps coming before. So that's how I got in my position now. So tingin ko, what's next for Mirna is to always grab the opportunities presented to me now. I think that's how I'm gonna figure out what my next step is. Because me before, I always believe na opportunities only present themselves into you once in your
Yeah.
whole lifetime. And regardless of your decision, if you're gonna take it or not, that opportunity will never like come to you again. So I think now, because a lot of opportunities are presenting itself to me, so I think I'm gonna grab one at a time of those opportunities and figure out what to do with my life next.
Mm. And kanina you've been talking a lot about like this looking back at where you came from, your origins, what you've went through. And ang dami mo ding pinagdaanan and you've been through different versions of yourself at a young age. And looking back now, do you think that life asked you to be mature at a young earlier than expected? And which version of yourself do you think shaped you the most?
Alam mo, honestly, no, I think yes. My life required me to be more matured early on. Not because I want that, but because life forced me to be matured. Sinasabi ko nga na I think I'm only 24 now.
Yeah.
But I think with all my experiences, it's a total of the experiences of a 40 years old woman. Yeah. Parang na fast forward talaga siya sa akin. Because aside from financing my education early on in life, my experiences then with my family, with no one to guide me growing up, because my dad left us. My parents separated when I was 4 years old, and the way it happened was so heartbreaking for me. Kasi the way that my dad was leaving our house was, I had eye to eye contact with him. So, but then nung nangyari yun, he just shakes his head. And then he left without saying a word to me. And ako lang yung nakakita nun during that time. So that moment in my life talaga, I think that's when life asked me to be matured and to understand kung ano yung mga pwedeng mangyari sa mga bagay-bagay. And also, sobrang traumatic din nun for me to experience that at 4 years old. So I think with that experiences in life, sobrang naging mabilis yung transition ng buhay ko into being a kid, into focusing on what should a kid only focused on, which is to play outside, di ba, mag-aral lang, no responsibility, like heavy responsibility.
Makapag-make ng friends.
Your only responsibility talaga is to have fun in life and to enjoy childhood without thinking of like your parents, your studies, 'di ba? Na you might not finish your study kasi wala kayong financial capability to do so. So, with all my life experiences, hindi talaga naging madali yung childhood for me. And I would say na hindi ko rin siya masyadong na-enjoy because I was busy thinking on how I can help my mom to provide food on the table, to do house chores, which is normal for a kid. Pero yung life mo, nag-uuwi ka ng school to wash your own clothes, your own uniform because you only have one. And if you're not gonna wash it, then wala kang gagamitin tomorrow. So those kind of experiences really shape the person in me now. And the child in me I think she's really scarred. So I have to do a lot of work para gamutin din yung sarili
You're
ko.
healing your
Oo,
inner child.
yeah. So ngayon ko pa lang yun nasisimulan gawin. And I think yung naging coping mechanism ko din with all my experiences is to not take everything in my life in a negative way. Yung hindi ko siya makita na it's a bad thing. The way I see it is, it's a good thing that it happened to me early on. Kasi now, everything na dadating sa akin na challenges, I know how to handle it. I know how to prepare myself for those kind of things now. And preparation talaga siya. Kasi hindi ko kakayanin yung naging journey ko with Binibining Pilipinas, with Miss International, and now to living here in Manila alone without my friends or family in the province. If hindi ko pinagdaanan yung mga naranasan ko before. So I think, well, it's a blessing in disguise na life prepared me at a really young age.
And since you've mentioned na parang your inner child is scarred, and now you're starting to heal. How does that process start and work for you naman?
By being aware na I have a lot of trauma in me na kailangan ko silang i-acknowledge. Because a lot of my relationships in life with my friends, naapektuhan kasi sila. Yeah, minsan hindi mo napapansin. Pero when you start to notice it, doon na mag-make sense lahat kung bakit ka medyo what do you call this? Why you're very sometimes you will choose to be alone na lang in your room para hindi ka mag-open up sa mga taong malapit sa'yo. You will choose to joke around. You will, as much as possible, iiwasan mo talaga na maging vulnerable sa harap ng maraming tao. Because nasanay ka na all your life, kailangan mong maging strong. Kailangan kayanin mo yung mga nangyayari sa buhay mo because that's how these experiences in my life train my mind to think that ako lahat. Ako lahat, kaya ko lahat. Hindi mo pwedeng asahan yung ibang tao. Because na-realize ko na traumatized ako sa nangyari with my last encounter with my dad when I was a kid. When I always think that everyone in my life will eventually leave. Because my dad couldn't choose me in the first place. Why would other people choose me now? So dun nag-start. And that's why I realized that I have to heal my pain from that, my trauma from that. And now I'm starting to trust again with people. I start to open up. And mas ginagamit ko yung naging experiences ko before as a tool for me to influence others as well. Especially, mag-i-start talaga yan sa mga taong malapit sa'yo.
Yeah.
So, it's very important to acknowledge muna where this pain is coming from, where this certain thinking or mindset came from and what caused it. So I think when that happens, dun mo masisimulan talaga na ikaw mag-take action ka into healing yourself.
Mm. And I agree dun sa sinabi mo kasi parang actually having these conversations with a lot of people na parang yung mga bubog mo or parang whatever you've been going through, it will
Mhm.
reflect sa mga relationships mo,
Yes.
friendships mo, how you treat others, or
Mhm.
parang how you handle relationships and friendships. Like parang ako actually nakarelate ako dun sa sinabi mo about that, your father.
Mhm.
Kasi ako din, I had a similar experience with my dad and parang isa sa mga realizations ko with my friends is I love people too much. I give too much
Yeah.
because you're scared na if you give less, iiwan ka ng
Yeah,
mga tao.
exactly. That's how I felt before. Or siguro at a certain time now.
Mm.
So you tend to give a lot, even when people are taking you for granted.
Yeah.
Actually, when people treat you less,
Dun
that's
ka
when you give more.
nagbibigay. Oo.
Oh,
Kasi feeling mo, if
because
you
you're
give
scared.
more, tsaka if you think na if you give more, mas mamahalin ka
Yes, na
nila.
hindi ka nila iiwan.
Oo.
They'll think twice of leaving you
Kasi ang
kasi
dami mong
nga, oo, they're benefiting
binibigay.
from you and everything. So
Oo.
that's sad, no?
Actually.
It is. So we need to do something about that kasi
Actually.
we're gonna empty yourself.
Oo.
And sometimes we don't notice pero ubos na yung cup natin pero we keep on giving other people.
Mm.
So the tendency is we'll go home sad, we'll go home like drained from everything.
Mm.
Now we just want to stay indoor, not associate ourselves with people, just be alone. And it gets serious and serious over time if hindi
Mm.
natin siya magagawa ng paraan. So right
Oo.
now, I'm really training myself into feeling happy and being happy with just me, without other people. And it takes a lot of work, but we'll get there.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes.
Parang feeling and sometimes yung sinabi mo din, parang even if wala ka na, you'll try to squeeze in kung ano man kaya mong ma-squeeze pa na what you can give.
Mhm. And na-experience mo na rin ba to na sometimes, even if you feel na they don't want like anything that you're giving them,
Mm.
if force mo pa rin yung sarili mo. Like, ako kasi sobrang, minsan to the point, ako mismo nare-realize ko na I'm being too much na din. I'm
Yeah.
being forceful with my friends, especially with the advices I give them. Especially if, like, alam na alam ko yung sinasabi
Mm.
ko. Sobrang, I give them until sila na mismo, hindi na sila ganun ka-interested.
Oo.
But I still want to give more. I don't know, sometimes sobrang hirap din like, yung stop.
Mm.
Like, you don't know where to stop sometimes
Mm.
on giving everything that you can give to other people. Sometimes it's really hard.
Yeah, and ang hirap din nun kasi parang even if you don't feel like you grew up nang may kulang. Kasi of course, feeling ko din naman like in both our scenarios, parang even if we had this lacking figure,
Mhm.
parang hindi naman tayo nagkulang sa pagmamahal from the family.
Yes.
Pero parang even with that, parang when you grow up, magre-reflect pa rin siya na parang there's still that na mafe-feel mo yung kulang na
Yeah.
eh.
And mako-compare mo kasi siya with, especially with our friends.
Mm.
'Di ba?
Ikaw
But
ba
then,
growing up, meron kang mga ganong comparison?
yes, there are. No, especially sa school, alam mo yung merong family day, right?
Mm.
So lalo na ako kasi, my mom, when I was around 7 years old, that's where she went abroad to work for us kasi hindi talaga kakayanin.
Mm.
So, during like parent meeting sa school, ang nag-a-attend sa akin mostly is my ate, my
Mm.
kuya, kung sinong available. But then, dun mo mako-compare kasi sometimes yung mga classmates mo, meron silang mom and dad na nag-a-attend. So, mapapatanong ka din sa sarili mo, bakit ako wala?
Mm.
Bakit wala akong dad na kasama? So, it's hard growing up. It's very heartbreaking then on my part. Because I have to like accept it na lang kasi I can't do anything about it eh. That's also where I learned to only care or think about the things that you can only control and not focus on the things that you can't control. So kasi if you're gonna keep trying to control the things that uncontrollable talaga, you're just gonna hurt yourself.
Mm-mm.
Kasi whatever you do, it keeps on being uncontrolled.
Yeah.
So just let it be, let life be, let it happen, and you'll move on eventually. You'll be fine.
Mm-mm. And parang you grow a lot more appreciation for the people that are there for you nung time na yon.
Yeah.
And siguro, hindi ko alam if you feel the same. Parang bubog lagi ang Father's Day. Like, parang pag nakikita mo sa Facebook, IG story, ang
Uh-huh.
daming, ay, nagpo-post sila. Tapos parang, hindi mo alam anong gagawin ko
Oo.
dito.
But you know, the good thing about my family, and especially my mom, hindi niya kami hinayaan na magtanim ng sama
Mm-mm.
ng loob sa papa namin.
Mm-mm.
She made us understand that sometimes it's not enough for love to keep a family.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like you can do something about it minsan. You just have na tanggapin na lang that two people are sometimes meant to end talaga. And no matter what the consequences are, yun talaga yung mangyayari. So, my mom was really a very strong woman. She carried all of us and sobrang inspired din ako sa kanya. So, when my father died, talagang there's no hate
Mm-mm.
in our hearts sa lahat ng kapatid ko. We just understand na yun yung pinili niyang choice to be with his other family. And when they're standing kasi ng mga bata pa sila. So, mas kakailanganin nila ng father figure. Because us, medyo, we experience having a father. So, sila naman.
Mm-mm. Pero siguro, another question ko for you. How was your journey into like forgiveness? Kasi of course, hindi din siya easy. Lalo na you're the one that was able to witness it. Parang always may bubog
Yeah.
that we've talked about. How was your journey into like forgiving?
Alam mo, I viewed forgiving not for other people, but for myself. Because if I'm gonna carry all this pain, all this heaviness, all this hatred in my heart, ako lang din yung mahihirapan. So, when I was young talaga, dun na ako nagsimula na just let things be. Just let things go. Even if the people who hurt you didn't even ask for forgiveness, just forgive them. Kasi it's not gonna do you good. Talaga, if you're gonna hold on to the things that happened to you, na isisisi mo lahat ng nangyari sa buhay mo to those people, na you're gonna put the blame on them kung bakit ka malungkot, kung bakit ka nasasaktan, kung bakit ganyan yung nangyayari sa buhay mo. And anong magagawa sa'yo nun? Like, wala. Puro bigat lang sa puso. So, what I do to forgive people is I understand where they're coming from, why they do things. With my father, I understand that these kids, kasi they're still babies pa talaga. So, these babies need a father figure. These babies need someone to take care of them. And kami, kaya naman namin. Ako, kaya ko naman. I can deal with it. So I think dun nagsimula na mas iniintindi ko yung naging reason behind those actions na kung saan nasaktan ako, kung bakit nila yun ginawa in the first place. And surprisingly, I'm very understandable. Like, sobrang wide ng understanding ko with everything, especially with people, na mas pipiliin kong tignan yung situation nila sa buhay on why they did that. And kapag kasi naiintindihan mo na kung bakit nila yun ginawa, medyo gagaan din yung loob, no? It's not about me. It's about what's there happening in their lives. But for me, also forgiveness doesn't mean that you have to um be on the same table again with those people who hurt you. I think you also have to give yourself grace and respect. Not to It's okay to not choose to be with them again as long that your heart
Mm-mm.
is free from heaviness, then I think it's okay.
Mm-mm. And from what you've said, parang I can see talaga na your heart's light talaga, and
Mm.
it's full of hope, and parang it's full of positivity na you don't allow things to affect you, what the other what kung ano man yung ginawa sa and everything.
Mm.
Where does this come from, and was there something innate or parang something that you had to learn to be?
I think it's something in me na talaga before pa. You know, when I started to realize that I'm like this, hindi ko na siya nasubaybayan kung paano ako naging ganito. I'm It's so easy for me to forgive. It's so easy for me to let go of the things that people do to me. Like, I think it's natural lang talaga for me kasi siguro hindi ko rin kasi kakayanin if mag-focus ako sa
Mm.
sa pain. Like, I think nabasa ko to one time. Um, Pain only lasts for a few minutes. Pero naglalast siya ng more than an hour a day or years even when we think about it a lot. When we focus our feelings into that kind of pain. So for me, sobrang easy lang sa akin i-let go. You know, kasi siguro galing din siya sa mga mas na-experience ko na masakit nung bata ako, na it's just easy for me to handle pain now. It's, kumbaga, this is nothing compared to what I've been.
Mm.
So, and also, I don't think that um, holding on to pain really gives you the freedom to enjoy life. I think you will fully understand what living is if you're just choosing to not focus on the negative, to
Mm.
not focus on the hate. Kasi we're living in a world where hate is everywhere.
Yeah.
Sobrang bigat if you're gonna
Mm.
focus your energy into that. That's why I always try to be optimistic about everything, about people. You know, I'm very
Mm.
hopeful with people that lalabas ako ng bahay today na makaka-encounter ako ng mga mababait na tao. And
Mm.
you know, by having that kind of mindset, really, it makes you attract good people.
Mm.
Like, minsan magugulat ka na lang na, wow, because this one time happened to me. Sumakay ako ng tricycle but then I forgot to bring cash. And wala ding
Mm.
GCash yung driver. So, like, hinayaan niya lang ako na, no. There was a lady at the back.
Mm.
So, siya yung nagbayad for me.
Ah.
Yes. And then I was very grateful na talagang when your heart is pure and genuine, good things will come to you.
Mm.
And I think that also comes with not holding grudges against people and just really genuinely being happy in life.
Mm. Thank you for that. And I feel like that's very important na people have to remember. Kasi parang it's easy to hold grudges eh. It's easy
Mm-mm.
to remember kung ano yung bad things na ginawa sa'yo eh. Pero iba din yung gaan kapag kaya mo nang bitawan yung mga weight na that brings you down.
Yes.
Kasi kung ano man, ikaw din ang ma-affect nun eh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your mood.
Yeah.
Diba?
And you seem very, very hopeful.
Hello, welcome to Walang Edit with Lil and Lim with my co-host Judd Gregorio.
Hell yeah!
This is a new podcast where we talk about funny, unfiltered conversations, talk about dreams, passions, ambitions, fears,
Plans of revenge?
plans of revenge.
Mostly that.
Mostly that. So if you want to tune in, this is powered by the Pod Network Entertainment. So listen to us on Spotify. Thank you.
Especially when life becomes more surviving than dreaming sometimes. Especially with everything that you've went through. How do you continue believing in yourself and your dreams? Especially when parang nothing seems to be happening, or parang when everything seems so far away. Like, especially as a young kid in Abra,
Yeah.
na parang you dreaming to be a beauty queen. How did you hold on to that dream even if parang ang layo from like the Metro Manila na
Yeah.
nandun ang opportunities to be in Binibini and Miss Universe and Miss Grand and everything.
Alam mo, before I win Binibining Pilipinas, sobrang dami ko ng sinalihan na local pageant in Pampanga because that's where I was born and raised in Pampanga. But I was never crowned as the title. I'm always a runner-up. It'd be first runner-up, fourth runner-up. It's always like that. And I started joining pageant when I was 15 years old. And I joined Binibining Pilipinas when I was 22 years old. So parang 6 years.
Yeah.
I never got a crown. So all this...
Ano yun?
I know.
Hindi ba parang parang at least once kasi parang kailangan mo maramdaman na I'm worthy to be chosen.
And also that I deserve to be here. Na
Yeah.
ito talaga yung calling ko in life, di ba? There was a time na sobrang... When I joined Miss Teen Philippines, that's when I got heartbroken from pageantry.
Is that one of your biggest heartbreaks?
Yes,
in
I think
pageant?
it is my biggest heartbreak talaga. Because that's where I question myself. I question why am I here? Why am I doing all this? Is this really where I'm meant to be? Kasi naman, coming from local pageants, I never won anything. And then, to slap that, kasi may top 12, and it didn't even get on the top 12. So, parang that's a slap
Yung
on
top
my
12
face.
yung first cut.
Yes. And hindi ako nakapasok doon. So, I was very grateful for the experience. But after that, I break down talaga. Like, I can't stop crying to my handler. Nahagulgul lang ako because I was so insecure about the ladies I'm with. Because their backgrounds, they came from like prestigious families from different provinces. Their skin was flawless, poreless talaga. Sobrang tatalino. They're fluent in different languages, and they're all Filipinas. So I questioned myself, and I compared who I am to all those ladies. Kaya ako na heartbroken. Kasi I realized na, that time, I realized na wala man lang ako sa kalingkingan nila. So why am I here? So after that
What got you
experience,
to What got you to return to
I know after that
national?
I stopped joining pageants for 2 years.
Ah,
Oo, talagang
as
I
in
stopped.
no, kahit
pageant talaga.
local.
No. Kasi talagang sobrang sakit nung naramdaman ko. Kasi it's really like a slap in the face. Like, what are you doing here? Ganon siya level.
Pero what got you back into the national scene again?
I realized that I'm lacking passion. I'm lacking purpose. I don't know the reason why I'm doing pageants at that time. Like, I'm just doing it because I can. Because I have the height, I have the qualities, but in my heart, I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know why I'm joining pageants, kung ano ba talagang reason kung ba't ako dito. Because you need to have that.
So what's the reason you found?
Because there's a lot more children like me in, like, not just here in the Philippines, but in the world, who also has the same background as me. Like, no resources, no parents growing up. Like, they were required to be independent growing up. Came from a very humble family. And I need to be seen by these kids for them to understand that life is so much bigger, that we can do so many things if only we continue in life. That's why I joined again. And when I joined Mutyaning Angeles in Pampanga, and I placed as fourth runner up. But I was very happy. I was very fulfilled that time because I think that I finally found who I am. I finally found the reason why I'm doing all that, and I hold on to that reason.
Mm-mm.
So when I joined Miss Abra 2023, that's where I won my first title.
Did
Oo.
that give you the confidence to go national?
Yes. And
Ah.
before the whole month
Mm-mm.
before the coronation of Miss Abra, I was crying on like every night. Umiiyak ako, praying to God, na Lord, if this is where you want me to be, you need to give me this. Lord, if hindi mo to bibigay sa akin, wala nang next.
Ito na talaga.
Ito na yun, Lord.
Pag hindi to, end na to.
End na. Stop na. Ito na yung last. Ito na yung sign ko from you, my message from you that this is not for me. So magbabago na ako ng path. But then he gave it to me. So it's a sign. And also, after I won Abra, doon nag-start mag-make sense lahat.
Mm-mm. Since na-mention mo na if hindi ito para sa'yo, maghahanap ka na ng other path. Ano yung other path na you wanted to get into or parang explore?
Siguro I would want to have my own events management. Yeah, because that's also my course. I have a course in tourism management specialization sa mga events. So in college, we were trained to handle events, different kinds. So parang doon na ako tinatawag din ng heart ko to focus on. But then I'm a jack of all trades kasi ang dami ko rin gustong gawin. I want to put up my own business. I want to try being a flight attendant and just traveling the world. Like, sobrang gusto ko rin mag-try mag-showbiz. So, I want to do so many things. So, hindi ko rin, ngayon, I'm doing that one by one. So, I'm very happy na I get to do some of the things that I want to do before na ginagawa ko na ngayon.
And since you experience both losing and winning, siguro eto medyo pang pang Q&A round na to. What is something you've learned about losing that winning never taught you?
It's to separate my worth from the outcome. Kasi before I actually get to win a title, sobrang dami ko ng losses na pinagdaanan. The first one was really frustrating for me. My mindset that time is, no, hindi pwedeng ito yung outcome. It was my first time. Hindi pwedeng talo ako. That's why I tried again and again and again. So when I got used to losing, parang nasabi ko kanina na I'm a person na sobrang easy ko lang mag-let go ng mga bagay-bagay. So I started to realize that losing is not actually a loss. It's my training ground to prepare myself. Kasi in life, I learned that when you're not ready for it, God won't give it to you. He's actually preparing you with all those losses that I've experienced. He's actually preparing me for a bigger responsibility that I'll be ready and prepared to take on. And hindi ako magiging successful sa career ko if hindi ko pinagdaanan lahat ng losses na yun. Because preparing for an international and national pageant is so hard. It takes a lot of heart. It takes a lot of strength talaga. And not just physically, but mentally. Because same with my experiences with Miss Teen Philippines. If hindi ko naranasan na i-compare yung sarili ko sa iba, I'll lose in Binibining Pilipinas because the caliber of the girls there mas high talaga.
higher.
Yeah, compared to Miss Teen Philippines. So I realized that losing it's not about you not winning the crown. It's about what you learned every time you lose. It's about the courage to rise again kasi hindi madali. Like, it takes a lot of confidence to try again after you lose, because by then you'll be in a lot in so much pressure, not just from yourself but from the people around you. Kasi ako, yung team ko, they were very supportive of me and hindi ko sila binabayaran. We're doing this because we have a dream, and every time I lose, nakakahiya sa kanila because they put in all their effort for me, for them to support me, and then talo na naman. So we realized that it's okay to lose. What's not okay is to not learn anything from
Yeah.
losing. So when I won, I finally learned that it's not going to be possible for me to win unless I lose all those times. So it's okay that tonight is not your time. Tonight you'll go home empty-handed. But not okay is to keep it that way. To keep losing, or what's even worse is for you to stop. To stop trying for yourself, to not stand when you fall. So I think people need to understand that not every day is your day,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Actually, I agree with what you said kasi parang I kind of had this realization also na parang sometimes we ask them bakit hindi binibigay sa atin? But minsan naiisip mo din or ma-realize mo din, it's because at that time you're not ready.
Yeah.
Like, kunwari, bigyan ka ng crown at that time, you're not ready for the responsibility that comes with it. Parang, pag hindi mo, parang, hindi ibibigay sa'yo pag hindi mo pa kayang alagaan.
Exactly.
So, kailangan i-ready ka muna, i-ready mo muna yung sarili mo, i-ready ka muna, hasain ka muna, para pag binigay sa'yo, maalagaan mo and you know what to do with that responsibility you're given.
Yeah. And also, the thing with diamonds, diba?
Yeah.
They're put in a lot of pressure, talagang a lot of challenge to have one perfect diamond. So I think we're all just a diamond in our own ways.
Yeah.
So unless makakayanan natin lahat ng pressure, challenges, and pains, dun pa lang tayo magiging perfect and ready for the responsibility that God's about to give us.
Yeah, I agree. And let's talk about pageantry naman. The industry especially. Na parang, it's a tough industry also. It's a
yeah.
very cutthroat industry. And you still seem very grounded. You still seem very hopeful. How do you not lose your core? Especially, because it's not just the pageant industry. Showbiz is also very cutthroat. How do you not lose yourself? And how do you not get drowned out by a lot of how things are, how people are, and how the industry is?
That's right. No, especially in pageantry talaga, there's gonna be a lot of voices and opinions from other people, like online and personal. And they're gonna tell you everything that you need to do. But then, if you don't know yourself, you'll get lost. Talagang mawawala ka and makakalimutan mo kung ano ba yung reason mo. So for me, it's always going back to who I am and to why I'm here. And, as long as you know that, as long as you hold on to that, kahit ano pang sabihin ng ibang tao or kahit ano pang mabasa mong comments online, as long as you know who you are and you know the truth about yourself, then you'll not get lost. And it's so easy for me to segregate the opinions that I'll keep and practice in my life and those opinions that I'll just read and then move on. Because when you know yourself and also when you understand that not everyone is genuine about everything they're saying. And also there are people na ang gusto nila for you is negative. then you'll understand that it's okay to not listen to those kind of opinions from other people. Because as long as you know and you have these people in your life, you surround yourself with people who truly loves you and gives you advice to for you to improve and to keep you on the right path, you know, hindi ka maliligaw. So that's what I always advise girls who are also starting here in pageantry here in Metro Manila is to surround yourself with good people, with people who have genuine intentions towards you, and to always ask someone you trust if you're still in the right path and if you're still doing the right thing. Because that's important. Minsan, we're kind of losing track of what we're doing. But if we have that one person in their life, then we'll be fine. And as long as we listen.
And siguro for the next question ko sa'yo, you mentioned earlier also na you graduated already and you're something that you've shared in your journeys, you're the only one in your siblings that graduated college, that finished college. What does graduating mean to you personally? Not just like as an achievement, but as a daughter, as a sister, and as a person.
You know, graduating for me was the key talaga because growing up I always hear that kapag nag-graduate ka makakahanap ka ng magandang trabaho, you'll do good in life. It's really our certificate to a better life. So when I finally graduated, it means that I succeeded in making my mom proud, my siblings proud, and it's actually my whole family's achievement, not only mine. Because isa siyang proof that even though I came from a humble background, a family who may not have everything in life, one fact remains is we can still finish our studies. You know, that is something that someone cannot take away from us unless we persevere in doing that. And when I finished college, it was really fulfilling for me because it took years of pushing yourself, talagang strong commitment, and with with my family being there, talagang sobrang saya ko that I made them proud because that's the only thing that I ever want to give them is to make them proud. So when I graduated, it was a moment for me to finally let go a long breath of relief na I'm done. I'm okay now. Like after this, I can do anything I want because one thing's for sure is my family is proud of me. And I made my mom's sacrifices really worth it.
And now, after everything you've experienced, international, national pageants, and graduating, and all throughout your reign, who do you think Mirna is now outside of the crown? And what kind of life or purpose do you hope to pursue after this chapter?
You know, I am a woman like beyond all those achievements and titles that I have. I'm just a woman who overcome different phases of her life. But she's still the Mirna who she used to be. She's simple, she's hopeful, she's very optimistic about what's gonna happen in her life. Right now, I'm also lost in transition. Like I'm still figuring what I should do, but I'm very happy that I'm surrounded with people who really wants the best for me. So I am very blessed because I just signed with SOS Children's Villages Pilipinas as their brand ambassador, which talagang nilolook forward ko siya before pa. Like, not with SOS, but to any organization before. Kasi I really want to have a family where they are, their mission is to support kids who also have the same experience as me, you know? And I'm forever like grateful for SOS for trusting me. So that's what I want to do now. I want to focus on changing more lives, just like how like what happened with mine. I want to be able to reach more lives of children, of youth, and to give them the message that there is more to life, regardless of what our circumstances, our journey, may it be painful, but as long as we continue, as long as we keep trying, there is a life, a good life that is waiting for us. We just have to keep going. So I am exploring more of my capabilities as a model now. I just also signed with Bench.
Wow.
Yes, very grateful because that one was another story. Kasi way back in 2022, I keep on doing casting for Bench. And I
Yeah.
got in naman. And then 2023 then, and halos every year, I always do casting for Bench. But this year was different because I don't need to do casting anymore.
Sila na yung lumapit.
Diretso na ako ng fitting.
Oo.
So, merong career development.
Wow. Nagsa-start na. Elevating.
Yes. I'm also doing hosting now for events. So, what I said earlier, life just keeps on flowing for me. And I'm just riding the tide of life right now. Right now, I just want to figure out what my next steps are. Because ngayon talaga, I'm just flowing talaga. I'm just riding everything that's happening in my life. So, I think it's a time for me to get to know who I am again. That's what I said earlier. Na this time of, parang it's my year of rest and relaxation talaga this year. Kaya I don't want to take it for granted. Kaya I want to train more. I want to grow professionally and individually, personally. And I'm also looking forward to more trainings with my personality. Sobrang dami kong gustong gawin this year. And I hope na hindi masyadong mabilis ang time
Yeah.
to do all that.
Actually, nakakaambilis nga. Pa-June na tayo.
Right?
Ano pa lang,
Grabe.
parang it was ilang
Well,
months pa lang, nasa Japan ka pa.
Exactly. Parang wala lang yung March and May.
Oo. Ang bilis actually this year.
Oo, sobra. I don't know if it comes with the age.
I don't know.
Kasi when we were kids, di ba, ang
Yeah.
tagal ng isang taon.
Actually. Ngayon, ang bilis na lang. And siguro eto, since you mentioned training and everything, I have to ask this question. I think you already see this coming. Is this the graduation of Mirna in pageantry? Or do we have any chances that we'll still see you in the future, anywhere, elsewhere, in what spaces it may be?
I'm not closing doors in pageantry. But right now, it's clear to me that I need to grow more. I need to take a lot of time to ask myself lots of questions about who I am as a person. So pageantry may be possible in the future, but it's still maybe now. Wala pa siyang kasiguraduhan talaga. But in different industry, I really want to try hindi showbiz pero somewhere malapit sa showbiz siguro.
Ano yun?
Hindi ko alam kung marunong kasi ako umacting eh.
Ay,
Ha? Asan ako? Charot.
pero hosting.
Siguro hosting.
Oo.
Oo, yun din yung nasa isip ko. Hosting for a reality show maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or news anchor.
Oo.
Oo. I
Actually, ang
wanna
dami
try.
ding beauty queens na yun yung naging trajectory after.
Yes.
Si Emma.
Yeah, oo.
Oo.
She's been with a network for how many
Yeah.
years?
Parang after she competed
Sa
sa
Intercontinental.
Intercon.
Oo, that's
Yeah.
where.
And then, after nun, dun siya nagkaroon ng moment
Yeah,
niya.
I think 7 years pa.
Yeah, 7 years.
Around 7
Oo.
years before she returned. So maybe that's
Yeah.
what's well,
And
we
I
don't know.
think the nice thing about pageantry ngayon is hindi na masyado limiting na hindi na may age
Oh
cap.
yeah. Especially with Miss Universe kasi parang I don't know if wala na talagang age restriction or tinaas nila ng sobra.
I think wala na.
Yeah.
Oo, kasi alam ko sa one of the local ng Miss Universe, may senior na nag-compete na eh.
Oh.
Oo.
Yeah. Oo nga. And with the different organization naman, kasi I'm only 24.
Yeah.
You know? Kaya I can take 2 to 3 years, maybe, or 4.
Who knows?
Yeah. We'll
Doors
never
will always be
know.
open.
I know.
Sabi mo nga.
And opportunities will always be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. And lastly, siguro, I wanted to ask you if young Mirna could see the woman that you are today, what would be something that she would be most proud of?
I think young Mirna would be most proud of how my heart remains soft regardless of everything that's happened with her. Because that's always one of my goal as well. You know, even if life was hard on me, I don't want to have a hard heart. I want to keep my inner being still soft, pure, genuine, and ayokong maapektuhan ako in a bad way ng mga naranasan ko. I still want to be a good person. I want to be kind every day. And I think that's what she wants as well. Because as I've said before, sobrang dami ng negative na nangyayari. And I don't want to contribute to that negative thing. And she would also be proud of how I never was scared of trying again, of pursuing the things that I want, even if I failed so many times. And I think she's proud of the woman that I am now because this life that I'm dreaming now, it's just a life that I once dreamed of. And right now, I'm standing in rooms that I just dreamt of before. So, kapag naiisip ko nga na ito na yung life ko ngayon, sobrang layo na sa life ko before. Si Mirna na uuwi na like no food on the table talaga. Ikaw yung like papasok ka ng school without anything, not even a lunch bag. Talagang she had nothing before. All she have was a dream, hope. But then those two things that she have, it blossomed into this life, into this woman. So I'm really happy and fulfilled with everything that I have now. It's not big, it's not huge, but it's fulfilling. And now I have the freedom to help my family. I have the freedom to help other people, those children. And I think I could consider myself successful now because success is freedom, you know? So I'm really happy. And right now, I could say that Mirna is really proud of what I've become.
Wow. And Of course, thank you so much, Miss Mirna, for making time to be here
Of
in
course.
GKY. And I really enjoyed our conversation, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Thank you.
so
Good thing
much.
yun.
Yeah, it is. I
Good
really
thing.
had so much fun talking to you today, and it was very, very insightful. And I've learned a lot from you actually today.
Oo.
And yon, I think this is already your time. If ever you wanted to promote anything, your advocacies,
Mhm.
your personal social media accounts, and where can they follow your journey?
Okay. Well, I only have one request. It is for everyone to please follow the accounts of SOS Children's Villages Pilipinas. So right now we have the I Can Soar campaign because it's back to school season
Mm-hmm.
na. So I hope everyone would have the time and a heart to please support these children because we all need your help and let's all give hope a chance for these kids. Maraming salamat po. And if you would like to follow me on my social media account, it's BB Mirna Esguerra on IG and Mirna Esguerra on Facebook. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Mirna. And if you enjoyed this conversation, why not share it on your social media accounts and tag us? You can use the hashtag GKY9XMirnaXguerra. And also tag us on our social media accounts. It's at GKYPod on all social media platforms. And ako naman, personally, it's at The Charles Jacob on all social media platforms. At lagi natin pakatanda na whatever season it is, winning man yan, losing man yan, what is important after our conversation is that there's something that you learn in every experience and then take it on your next journey. At ito pa rin ang ganito kasi yan.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.